My name is Jessica Iman Sellers. The name of my brand is Iman Lavish, living life so lavish.
My name is Barinem. I'm an Ogoni woman from Nigeria, and my brand is called Designs by Nem.
I'm Nancy Davoji, owner of Zuri Culture.
My name is Dami, and I am the CEO and creative director of Monade.
Hi guys, I'm Farida. I'm the social media and marketing director for Monade.
My name is DC Rock. I am the CEO of Trapcessful. Go to trapcessful.com.
I'm a clothes designer. I make custom clothing, and my whole goal of making clothing is to show women that they can be empowered without exposing too much or feeling that they have to be too revealing. There's something elegant, there's something sexy about being in an outfit that is very elegant with just a kiss of a slit or just a little bit of a trim, just something for the eye without giving it all away.
Zuri is Swahili for beautiful, and the reason why I started Zuri Culture was to make the culture popular.
So Monade comes from the Yoruba word Moni Ade, which means I have the crown, and we just wanted to infuse our African heritage in our brand.
Trapcessful, really I got it from my side of town, Gwinnett County, and I just took it upon myself to make it a brand. Trapcessful, it means overcoming your struggle in any circumstances, whether you from the hood, whether your parents didn't support your dreams, or just whether you having financial problems, just anything. And that's basically what it means. That's basically what I want the world to know and people to know.
My brand started with me wanting to do more for the community, I guess you can say, for helping young teenagers first. So the Iman in my name equals faith. The lavish part comes from when you're living lavish, you're spending generously, freely, as you want, and I want everyone to have that type of lifestyle. Even while creating this brand, I'm still trying to have that lifestyle to be able to help other people.
As a brand, my main goal is always to empower women, young or old, always be in that place of helping be a voice or an advocate. I'm a Christian woman, so I do want to be able to feel empowered that I can bring my Christianity, my faith into my gift. Every single thing that God has gifted you is part of your calling, and I do believe that if God has given you something to work with, be it music, design, be it writing, always make sure you bring him into it at the end of the day.
As a brand, one of my aim or purpose is to, of course, make the brand popular and the culture popular. And I love seeing how African culture is on the map now, where everybody is embracing African culture. And so I'm joining. I'm excited about it.
Right now, I am just focusing on, because I did the radio thing for a while, so fashion and streetwear is kind of new to me for these last 2 years. So right now I'm focusing on throwing fashion events and promoting Trapcessful as a brand, whether we in magazines, whether we doing photo shoots, video shoots, or just. And right now I just want to, a lot of people in Atlanta know about it, but I want to take it nationwide.
So I started Culture Shock as a model back in 2015. Then I carried on from there and joined the other shows after that. Then this year I decided to put my clothing line in instead of being a model.
I started Culture Shock in, was it 2013? My first Culture Shock?
Yes.
That was 2013. Was it the first one? I believe it, the second one. And I was a vendor. My very first time I was a vendor. Then I was part of the show, I think the second year, and I think I skipped the third. But Culture Shock has definitely been a blessing because I get to meet other designers, other professionals in the industry, working together to make the culture popular.
Culture Shock. Well, the Culture Shock show last year, I knew about it. It was in my head. I knew about it. I know a couple models that was in it. And then this year, one of my good friends told me about it. And then from there, I just reached out. I saw y'all promoting, and then I just reached out, and then we made it happen. So now I'm here.
So, culture that's growing here, especially in Atlanta, is different vibes. You have your Caribbeans, you have your Africans, and then you have your, I should say, Black Americans here. And everything is just different. Like, everyone is different aesthetics. You could be streetwear, you can be more couture, more emo, or whatever your style is. It all kind of collects together all in as one.
I'm happy that we're embracing our African culture a lot more. At the same time, I do feel that it's up to us Africans to be able to come in and correct, the wrongs and the right within, educating the culture about us, and not just seeing it as a trend. My print, what I wear, is supposed to symbolize who I am, and I always want to make sure I bring it back to where I come from. I appreciate, seeing that celebrities are into Afro beats, they're into wearing more African clothing. However, I do want to be able to be a part of that bandwagon of educating people and not just feeling like it's a costume or something just for fun, because it is a lifestyle as well.
I'm proud. As an African, I'm proud. I'm excited. I'm excited to see how far I will go and what opportunities it will present to me and my fellow peers in the industry.
We're very excited about the growth of the culture, both locally here in Atlanta and on a global scale. Afrobeats, African fashion, you see it everywhere. You see it represented everywhere. So we're just really excited to be part of the movement that's kind of showing that, African culture is changing, and we're being able to include more people and show them what our culture and fashion is really about.
The word culture, I feel like it's overall a great thing, whether we doing it for fashion, music, entertainment overall. I feel like it's great. We just gotta block out people that's not really doing it for the culture. We gotta block them out. We gotta act like they don't exist. But overall, I think we're doing a great job for the culture of fashion, music, movies, the whole entertainment. I feel like, yeah, we're great.
Culture Shock show is very important with learning other people's styles, especially country styles. Like one year we had the Asian show, and we got to learn the different styles of how Asians dress and their streetwear and their style.
What I do love about Culture Shock is that I get to be with like-minded people that see what I'm doing, and even if I can design the clothes, they can have ideas in executing something to make it more grand and more appealing to the eye, so it can turn into a worldwide thing instead of just something that I do in my house.
Culture Shock is very important because we believe it has given the platform for young people to explore their creative talents in modeling and fashion, and so it's just provided that avenue for that.
And it's also a great way to network. We've met so many great people over the years.
Because it's different. It's not just a live fashion show. It's just not people going back and forth. It's more like a movie premiere. So we got families involved. We got kids involved, and it's a dope thing, I think. And I see that it's something that's going to continue to grow on and on. So I'm happy to be a part. I'm happy to be a part.
If I can go back and tell my model self, I would tell her, just do it. Just start the brand. Even if you don't have anyone to purchase the clothes, just start it. Somebody's gonna see it and someone's gonna buy it. When I started the idea of Iman Lavish in 2016 and I dropped the first release of it, I should have kept going instead of stopping.
If I was to talk to the younger me, I would let her know to stay focused and don't allow words that people say to distract you from where you're going. A lot of times when, we get these ideas and we want to execute it a certain way, we can allow outside noise to get in the way of what we're trying to accomplish. So, I would tell her that I'm proud of her for taking that step, especially in an African community, to be a business owner and not just, something outside, if you know what I mean. And being able to show that I can make it as a businesswoman instead of making it as anything else.
That young self. Go for it. Don't double think it. Don't second guess it. Just go for it. Go after your heart, because, all you have is now.
I would say have a plan. I'm a kind of person, I jump in things head first, but having a plan is a surefire way to make sure you actually execute your goals in a timely manner. Yeah,
and I'll definitely say to keep going, keep pushing, and your brand will be recognized.
I would tell my former self in the past that I would do more research on the fashion and streetwear culture overall before really getting started and putting so much money in it and things like that. And I would just tell them to make sure you really want to focus on doing this and not doing club promotion, not doing radio. Really do your research and focus and network with the fashion people you need to network with.
My name is Jessica Iman Sellers. You can find me on Instagram at I am Jessica Iman, and you can find the clothing line at www.imanlavish.com and on Instagram, Iman Lavish.
My name is Barry Nem. My brand is called Designs by Nem. Everybody calls me Nem for short. You can find me at designsbynem@gmail.com. All of my handles are Designs by Nem.
I'm Nancy from Zuri Culture. You can find me on IG, zuri.culture, www.zuriculture.com. We're African-inspired fashion, or let me say lifestyle, because it's not just fashion. There's seasoning, there's everything African is on the website.
Well, my name is Dami. I am the CEO and creative director of Monade. You can find us on Instagram at monade.official, and our website is monadeofficial.com.
Hi, I'm Farida. I'm the social media and marketing director for Monade, and we are on Instagram as well as on our website.
All right, you can find me at DC Rock Trap on Instagram. You can find at Trapcessful, TRAPCESSFUL at Trapcessful, and go to trapcessful.com to shop. And much love to Nita Pop and the Culture Shock Show for having me.
What's going on, world? It's your girl Nita Pop here, Anita Sappho, but everybody knows me as Nita Pop. Pop Productions, Spike Me Made It, The Culture Shock Show, Pop Up Culture. I am here. I am a cultural curator, and I got that from Issa Rae. Girl, I'm trying to be just like you, like my own version. So I have always been a fan of the culture because there was a point in time where I was embarrassed of who I am and where I'm from because it wasn't the norm or it wasn't being celebrated enough for me. And I kept meeting so many talented people. Like, I was modeling a lot, so I would get caught. I'm like, why doesn't anybody know about this brand? Why aren't we seeing more of these brands? And then one time I went to a Georgia State University ASA fashion show, and I was like, the community needs this. And I was like, I want to do something like this. The club is not all we got. So I started Culture Shock, and we are here getting ready for year 10, which is a couple weeks away. So I'm really excited. And yeah, that's what I do. I just like kind of merge people together. I'm a dot connector. I had to learn early on not to act on emotion, and I'm still struggling and learning and getting better at it, but I was very impulsive and I took everything so personal when people weren't available to do things. And I just feel like sometimes you just waste your time and your energy on a fence. There's so much more out there when I don't focus, like, okay, it happened, okay, it's cool. You know, when I move forward, not saying that you can't be upset or be offended or be whatever, but don't sit in that. I would sit in that, or I would hold grudges. And I'm a business person. You don't hold grudges in business because you have to work with literally everyone. So that's one of the top ones. 2, I started learning that you're not entitled to anything other than what you can give yourself. So in the spirit of not getting offended, I started learning how to do things. Everything that I needed to do, I started to teach myself. And YouTube and Google, number 3, are your best friend. Because anything that you want to do out there is there. You just have to be willing to study it. I feel like a lot of business owners and brands that I've come across over the years kind of want the success to be given to them, and someone else should just go do the work, or someone should go build the foundation and give a person an opportunity not for them to prove like, hey, I won't mess this up. But really, it's okay to learn from scratch. It's okay to mess up. It's okay to fall, but just get up and learn from that mistake and then take it and implement your next step. So I think that's 3. 4, you need funding, which means you need to go to work. You need to find income. And it's okay to have a 9-to-5 to fund your passion projects. And I'm big on that. Don't let these memes fool you. Like, you need funding. The only way to build a business is with funding. And you're going to take a loss sometimes, but you're going to gain eventually. So just keep going. And number 5, I'll just say, like I said, just right now, keep going. Do not give up. It's all a part of the game. Every hardship, every, mistake, everything that goes on, it's a slow process. I literally have been on YouTube for 9 years and I'm still trying to get to 1,000. But when I started sewing into that part of my brand and like actually being consistent with it, it started growing. So I might not be able to be everywhere at once, but what I will say is that when you do so into those different aspects of your brand, it will grow, and it's a slow process. Just take the growth. You say 10 people isn't a lot, but if 10 people were standing here looking at me right now, I'd be so uncomfortable while I was working. So think about it like that. Everything counts as a win. 2012, I was at a venue gallery about to put my first show on. 2012, I was in Westmar with some of my friends from Georgia State, and we were in the gym, and we were auditioning with CC Bandit and Brooke LaShawn and Joyce Bandit, and we were practicing to put on the first Culture Shock because I was like, my friends are so talented, they need to be put out there, and then these designers that I'm designing for, they need to be put out there, these artists that I've come across, they all need to be put out there, and that is how Culture Shock came to life. 2012, July 1st, 2020, July 21st, 2012. When it's all said and done, I'll feel like I succeeded when I see people younger than me, my sister's generation and even younger, really out here following their dreams and pushing to collaborate with Afro culture and and just like doing what they want to do to show how beautiful all of our different cultures are and all of our differences are. When they're standing and taking over and becoming the next big thing and knowing like, hey, I saw this girl from Culture Shock, that I would feel so fulfilled. Like I get so happy when I find out that brands made money work at a pop-up shop with me, or I get so happy when two artists that I know met at an event with me and they've been friends for 10 years because of it. Or I get so happy when designers like come up with inspiration and just keep going even when they feel like their products aren't moving or whatever the case may be, and they keep pushing. So my end goal is really just to motivate all the people around me to keep going, because there's just so much out here and we need you. We all need each other. So yeah, a better world, a better place. That's all. We are the world. That Whitney had a point. I believe the children are the future. Let them lead the way. That's what I'm here for. When a young black girl looks at me, I want her to see someone who did not have it all, who did mess up a lot, who did get kicked out of high school, who did, graduate with a high school diploma that was technically like a GED, who did end up graduating a year early because of deciding to go to military school and getting scholarships, who did still fall, who did drop out of college and not know what to do, who did follow her dreams and turn partying into more of a passion for fashion, who did survive everything that was thrown at her and kept getting up. And I want that young girl to say, okay, I know that it's not supposed to be easy because God didn't promise me easy, but I'm going to get up every time I fall. That urban thing is hilarious. This is, for me, the word urban and the whole classification of urban is funny to me, because that urban that we are is really everything that they want to be. And this fabric that you see me wearing, I'm not going to name drop any designers and give them any extra credit, but I see you guys always trying to cling to the wax styles and take our African symbols and take our streetwear. Our culture is more so our tradition. We not new to this. We true to this. So keep trying to mock, but we're going to keep showing you that regardless of how much you mock, this is our seed. This is our culture. You can't take this from us no matter what.